So I think today we are getting into the one of the types of meta ad campaigns, which is a messenger campaign. A campaign in Meta required to generate messages. So when you think about going on Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, or Audience Network, this messenger campaign, the one in the yellow, or I should rather say the amber color, is expected to generate the messages on different messenger apps. In fact, we have also launched two other campaigns. The one messenger kind of campaign was the WhatsApp campaign, where this campaign generates the messages over the WhatsApp. And the second one, which we recently launched, is for leads, called as lead generation campaign. Now, if I just give you a glimpse of WhatsApp campaign, what exactly it does. So when we run this campaign on WhatsApp, it leads to people and it make them reply on the ads on WhatsApp. In fact, ads on Facebook and Instagram. So when they reply on any of the ad, the phone number which is connected with the account gets a message like this. Somewhere like so someone has yesterday replied on this ad copy and he asked us, how can I get more info on this? A simple question over the WhatsApp, and the chat got initiated and I was supposed to answer the chat through WhatsApp interface because it was a WhatsApp campaign. So now in other messenger campaigns, it does kind of similar activity where the message gets generated either in Instagram messaging option or maybe at Facebook Messenger or at any other chat app that we decide in the campaign. So we can now get into the account. So we can jump into the creation of this messenger campaign. But before I do so, I would like to tell you what exactly has happened. So this is the WhatsApp campaign which we have recently launched, happened yesterday, and this campaign has generated two conversations so far. So two people have actually responded on the ads. We got one conversation at the cost of 45 rupees, and so far we have spent 90 INR on this campaign. So it's been only a day, only 24 hours. So that's why the campaign has not generated much results. So any campaign that you run on Facebook needs around 24 to 48 hours of time to work in a very good manner, and at least you need to give it 4 to 5 days to get the results from it. Otherwise, campaign does not produce the right results. Apart from that, we have launched awareness campaign, generated 1 lakh reach. We launched Facebook page like campaign, generated 31 page likes. We launched traffic campaign, generated 71 people on the website. Profile visit campaign for Instagram, which has generated 95 Instagram profile visits. Now, two of the campaigns which have not performed so far in this account, which means not have generated anything for this account, are the product catalog campaign and lead gen campaign. Now, lead gen was launched yesterday only, so we expect it to generate some results after maybe next 24 to 48 hours. But then the fourth campaign, which is actually the campaign to generate sales, to generate purchases, which you can find out in the results column, this has not generated even a single sale after spending 602 rupees. This is the concerning factor. I'm still working on how do we generate sales from this campaign. I have made a couple of changes in the campaign, but then you can see the results in this column where at least one person has added the product to the cart out of 65 website views. If I look for the data for today for this campaign over here, yeah, so I guess someone has added the product to the cart today only. So we have to wait for a while. We have to make sure the campaign runs for at least 3-4 days in order to expect any return from it. Now, people who are learning digital marketing have to understand that clients are always looking to generate returns, sales, likes, visits, messages, and leads as soon as possible. And like being a marketer, it's your job to provide the results to these clients. But then campaigns takes a while to perform. You need to give at least 2 3 days for all of these campaigns to perform. And afterwards, you get the campaign insights. You get to know what exactly these campaigns are doing. And then after 4 to 5 days, once you have a good amount of data, you are supposed to optimize the campaigns. So just by launching all of these campaigns in Facebook, or in fact in Google and LinkedIn, you really don't get expected results. You have to look into it. You have to keep on making the changes. You have to analyze the performance. You have to look at what point the campaign is not delivering results. And then only do you reach to a point where you can generate different results. If you are learning digital marketing or if you are learning meta ads, then you are required to do activities by yourself, which means if you are learning, let's say, meta ads, you have to start your journey with setting up the account in Facebook ads by yourself. Then you need to understand the campaign types that we have in meta, the ad types, and finally the targetings of meta ads. Afterwards, you have to think about launching all of the campaigns one by one, starting with brand awareness, page like, traffic, Instagram follower. And at least you can do this through different exercises, which means you can first create a banner for any of the campaigns, then you have to launch the campaign, and then you have to optimize the campaign, which means generate the results from that campaign. Now, I expect you are a one person, you are someone who is not really having expertise in generating the results or optimizing the campaign. That's totally fine. But at least you can do two exercises. First one is to create the creatives using Canva or Photoshop. And second is to launch these campaigns. At least you would know how to launch all of these campaigns one by one. And if you are following this course, then you can just watch video for every single campaign, which will help you to understand how do you set up the campaigns, how do you launch the campaigns, and then afterwards you can complete these exercises. Now, coming into the account to understand how do we launch a message campaign, we have to click on this create button. But before we do so, you have to understand that Meta is having three kind of levels. In fact, LinkedIn or Google are also having three levels. At the level 1, we have to decide the campaign type and objective. At level 2, we have to decide the targetings, which means in the ad set level, we have to decide the daily budget, the target location, gender, age range, interest. Along with that, we have to decide the platform for that campaign. If we want to show the ads to Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, or the audience network. So we have 4 different platforms within Meta. Facebook and Instagram are the most popular ones. So maybe you must have heard of these two platforms and missed the remaining 2 platforms. Then in devices, it's totally up to us if we want to target the ads to mobiles, desktops, iOS, Androids. And additionally, we can target our ads to a particular model of a device. We can in fact show the ads to people who are using Wi-Fi at their homes and offices. So this ad set targeting, which is the level 2 of any campaign, decides the performance or the outcome of your campaign. If you're not able to target your ads to the right audiences, to the right platform and device, it gets very difficult to generate returns out of it. And in the third level, which is the ad level, we simply have to add or push creatives, videos, carousels, or maybe the products in that campaign. So now let's quickly jump into the Meta Ads interface. People who have not made this account can get into adsmanage.facebook.com, and the first job is to create the account. Now, let's click on this green button which says create and click on. Now, before we click on any of the campaign options, we have to choose the objectives. Now, for messaging, the objective is either engagement if it's WhatsApp campaign or leads. So we have to generate leads through messages. So this time we are going with the second objective, which means leads, and click on continue. You always have to get with or go with the manual lead campaigns. Otherwise we choose or we go with the by default options of Facebook. Now we click on continue and we further have to get into the different options. Cool. So here we can see at the campaign level, we just have two options selected. One is the buying type, which means bidding type. This is going to be auction in most of the campaigns. Then we have the campaign objective as leads, which we have just selected. Now I can simply click on next and get to the next level of the campaign. Now this is the option which allows you, or which allows us to choose multiple conversion locations. If we want to generate instant forms, which means lead generation, if we want to generate leads on Messenger or Insta forms or Instagram, which means people will be landing on Instagram chats. You can see towards my right that we have options of Instagram chats or the WhatsApp, or maybe generating the phone calls. Now, let's not get into phone calls. That's a separate campaign altogether. But from here, the three messenger campaign or the message campaign could be this messenger campaign, which take people from platforms to Facebook Messenger. Then we have the Instagram campaign, which takes people from the ad from the platform to Instagram chats. And finally, we have the WhatsApp option. WhatsApp is something that we have already launched. So here we are looking into third or the fifth option. So let's go through the third option, which is Messenger. Then you have to decide the Facebook page, the daily budget, which we always set either at the ad set level or at the campaign level. So I'm going to put the budget as 100 rupees for now. Then I have to look into deciding the target audiences, which means you have to decide the age, gender, and the targeting for this audience. So we already have this list saved somewhere over here, use saved audience list. We can simply just choose the list. Choosing the saved list means all the audiences which we had saved in that list are going to get updated in the campaign. So here you can see we have age range of 25 to 34, gender as females, interest as earrings, and behavior as engaged shoppers. Now, then we get an option to choose the platforms, which means if you want to show the ads to Facebook only, Instagram, audience network, or Messenger. In most of the cases, we show the ads to Facebook and Instagram. Otherwise, you can go with all of these options. Then we also get options to choose the devices, which means mobile or desktops. If we go with mobile devices, then further we get options to choose the device types. Device types means either it's an iOS device or Android device. Both the options are here. Even further, you get options to choose the model type within Android or iOS. Anyways, now we can click on next, which takes us to the last level of the campaign, which is the ad level. This is the level where we have to decide creating the ad copy. Now, for the messenger campaign, let's get into adding the media. So here we have to add a media, which means a banner. And then furthermore, we have to complete the campaign. But let me just get into this ad set option. I'm just trying to check if I have skipped anything over here. So everything is totally fine. This is good. In terms of campaign, this is also good. And this shall be sending people to automated messenger chat within your business. So here the people will be landing in Facebook Messenger, which is an app available for most of the people. People can download this app from iOS or Android Play stores. The other way is to go with Instagram if you want people to land within Instagram chat. So everything stays same. This time the traffic will be landing within Instagram, and you can see this is the available selected page. Then we have the performance goal as number of leads, and everything stays same. We don't have to really change much in it. It's just that I want to change the daily budget as 100 rupees, and then I can click on next, which takes us to the same last level of the campaign, which is the ad level. Now from here, we have to add a media in the campaign. So in terms of ad media, you have to get a creative from Canva, maybe from, let's say, Photoshop. If you already have the creative added in the account, you can simply choose the creative. So let's say in our case, we are going with, okay, so I must be having a lot of products available in my device. So let's say I'm going with this product. This is a artificial ring. So I'm going to use this link in my message campaign. I'm going to click on next and I'm going to click on done. You always have to look towards the right hand side somewhere in the ad preview. So you see how exactly your ad is going to look to people within Facebook and Instagram. If you want to go through all the platforms, maybe all the different placements or all the different sets of the ad, you have to click on this advanced preview, which takes you to different placement preview. So your ad is going to look like this within Instagram feed, like this within Instagram stories, like this within Instagram stories again, like this on Instagram Explore, and additionally you have the further options of the ad preview. Then you click on save, and now we have to decide adding the primary text. If we want, we can show the phone number, or we can just write something else. Let's say we write it as, let's say we go into the website first, we get into springtails.in and from here we simply copy the website title. Then we get back into the account, we copy this primary text as house of four leaf clover jewelry. In call to action button, we shall be going with something like okay, subscribe or get offer, so people can see this as a call to action button and then they click on this button. Now clicking on this button will take them to the chatting options. So here we have the product form. This is the product form available, or we can create a new messaging template. Now I know it's a bit confusing. You don't know what exactly is messaging campaign. So let's do one thing. Let's create a new chatting option. So this is the chatting option. This is how the chatting is supposed to happen on Instagram. So when somebody clicks on the ad copy, this is the by default message that he's gonna get. If we go with the by default template, in terms of questions, we can ask him, are you interested in our product? He can say yes or no. We can ask him, what is your town, city that you live at? And we can ask him any questions. Otherwise, we can delete all of these questions and remove all of these things. In that case, we can only left with one single option, which is, are you interested in our products or service? And people have to answer it if it's yes or no. So let's say we can even provide options to them. Something like a question, text answer is yes, or let's remove it. Let's not worry about giving the options. Let them decide what to answer. And that's it. We are not giving anything else. We can click on save. Got it. So you can like add different forms while making a message campaign. Depending on the form, people get to know the questions and they can answer the questions and the chat can initiate. These are like the automated options, so you don't have to manually answer them each and every question. So you can set up 4 to 5 questions in the beginning, and depending on what they answer, you can further continue with the conversation. And then we can simply publish the campaign. So I guess that's how you can generate a messenger or an Instagram chat campaign, which is the part of a lead generation campaign. Now, people who are looking forward to become an expert, people who are really looking forward to learn how to do digital marketing, I want them to complete a couple of exercises. So for this campaign, I want you to create a creative first for this campaign, then launch a messenger campaign, and finally launch a Insta messenger campaign. Okay, so this one is the Facebook Messenger campaign, and the second one is the uh, Insta Messenger campaign. Let me name it as FB and Insta Messenger campaigns. FB and Insta Messenger or message campaigns. Cool. So this seems pretty meaningful now. FB and Insta message campaigns. I can just name it, copy it and paste it over here as well. Cool. So this is all. I guess now you can look forward to complete the exercises one by one, and people who are looking forward to join this project training sheet so they can understand how exactly they can learn meta ads through a step-by-step process. I'll be sharing the link of this training sheet somewhere below the video. Now I shall be seeing you in the next videos where we have to discuss the performance of this campaign probably and what exactly we are gonna get from the remaining campaigns for this jewelry store, which is a artificial jewelry store. I will be seeing you then.